Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me for another video. Today we're going to be talking about my bedroom and I'm just going to be showing you around. I try to be a minimalist, but it's out of messiness, so I try and minimize the stuff that I have so I am less messy. Obviously I believe in minimalist values, but that is the main reason why I decided to try and minimize my space. So without further ado, because I don't want this to be a long video, grab a cup of tea and let's get straight into it. So as you can see, I have a rectangular room and I just try to have as little stuff in here as possible. Behind me I have my desk and my favorite prints up on the wall, and I have my chest of drawers out in the hallway because I wanted to have a quiet space where I could close the door when I'm working. And luckily enough, my sister allowed me to have it in the hallway, but I've tried to make it as nice as possible so we can use it in other ways, so it's not just like a chest of drawers out in the hallway. So I'm going to start by the window and by the stuff that I have in those corners, because why not? So in the left hand corner I just have a really cheap kind of side table that I got from IKEA probably about 7 years ago, and I've had absolutely no need to get rid of it, and yeah, I probably wouldn't buy it again, but at the same time it would be more wasteful to get rid of it and replace it with something more sustainable. So I have this white side table and I like to just have a book that I'm reading or book that I want to read there so that I am always able to just grab them if I'm reading them at night time. I have a bottle of water there as well, because if I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm really thirsty, I have some water, or I try and make sure I'm drinking water as soon as I wake up, and just having it there helps to remind me. I also have this old sort of Super 8 camera which doesn't work. It's one of those things which I thought was really cool, so I bought it, but I guess it's one of those things that even though it was cool and it was secondhand and I love film and I love Super 8 films and stuff like that, I can't use it, so it's more of a space taker upper, hence why I'm minimalist-ish. But I really love it, and yeah, I don't really know. It serves no purpose then, just to remind me that I like film. On top of my drawers I have a Totoro. My Totoro my sister bought for me when she went to Japan because our cousin lives there. So when she went to visit her, she brought me back one of these, and if you don't know, I am obsessed with Totoro because I'm obsessed with the Studio Ghibli films. I think they're beautiful stories, I think they're wonderful animations, and I think the scores are incredible. So I love my Totoro, and I have this little glass which was some kind of drink that I bought that I just turned into a vase for a leaf, because if you know Totoro, he usually has a little leaf sitting on top of his head, so I thought it was quite a nice touch and a great way to add some greenery to my bedroom. Also, the lamp that I have next to it is handmade by one of my best friends. She made it for my birthday. Well, she designed it, but her dad made it, and the kind of glass bit is made out of an old flask, I think, or flagon, and the shade is from a online store I think on Etsy, so she's supporting independent stores on there, which is really great. And yeah, it's a really nice personal touch. I love it. I got it for my birthday, and yeah, I just love that it was designed and handmade by my best friend and her dad. So if we move to the other corner, this is kind of my memory corner, I guess. For real minimalists, they probably wouldn't have something like this because they might think that it's clutter, but for me it gives me pure joy and so much value every time I look at it. This is actually a sustainable kind of, I don't know what you'd call it, like memory shelf type thing or whatever, and I got it from a place called Betsy Designs. I'm actually not sure if they're open anymore, but it was this couple and they handmade everything, and all sustainably sourced, etc., all of that, which is really great, and reusing materials. And all the stuff that I put in there are stuff that has meant something to me. So a wedding invitation to one of my best friend's wedding this year, a letter from a woman called Lauren who has a company called Ara the Altar, a card from one of my friends thanking me for a project that I helped them on, some silly photos, and something from Harry Potter world. All of these like little memories that to me kind of signify a really special time, and yeah, just something really nice to kind of remember. And one of them is really silly, is a card from my boyfriend from Moonpig for one of my birthdays, which I really love. And of course in the corner I have a really cheap shitty plastic what's it called, wash basket that I've had again for like 7 years, and it does the job well. I have absolutely no need to get rid of it. Even though it's plastic, it's still perfectly fine, and I'm not going to get rid of it just to get something more sustainable, because Again, that's not really low waist or minimalist to me. So yeah, I've had it for a really long time, and I like to have a small one as well because it encourages me to sort out my clothes more often. So it also actually encourages me to not have too many clothes because I only have a small place to put clothes that are waiting to be washed. My bed, again, I got this bed a really long time ago. It's so basic. Maybe 4 years ago, I think I got it. I got something that was really simple so that I wouldn't feel the need to have to buy something new or like upgrade it at all. That I thought there was absolutely no need for that whatsoever. The sheets that I've had, they haven't really worn badly, so I've had them again for several years and they're not particularly special. I think probably you guys have the duvet because it's from IKEA. I wouldn't obviously buy them again, but they're perfect. So you know, what I'm trying to show you in my bedroom is that a lot of the stuff that I have is either upcycled or homemade or handmade by people, or it's stuff that I've had for a really long time and is wearing well, so I absolutely have no reason to replace it with something new. So I'm trying to encourage you as well through showing you what I have, that stuff that you buy, you know, if you buy simple things that won't necessarily age, then in terms of design, or you won't get bored of it, then you're much more likely to keep it for a much longer time. Again, I have another Totoro pillow which I got given for Christmas, I think 4 years ago now. You can tell I'm obsessed with Totoro. I'm not going to buy any more Totoro things. I have plenty, but it's funny how you have certain things that really, I love this pillow, and like I hate sleeping without it, and it's just one of those special things that other people have, like cuddly toys, and minimalists probably wouldn't have cuddly toys, but to me it has a use because it's a pillow as well as I love it, which obviously is different from the toy that I have, but it's I just love it, okay? I just love it. On the side of my bed, you can see that I have this kind of headband, which my auntie bought me from Japan when she went to visit my cousin who's her daughter, and I love this headband. Again, it's Studio Ghibli film like themed. People know me so well. I wear this when I put on like makeup or when I have to wash my face or anything like that. You just kind of push it on and put your headband up and stuff, and I really love it. I seriously love it. And the little thing behind it is just this little thing that I bought from Mexico probably 2 years ago. Something I probably didn't need, but I wanted something to remember my trip. I don't buy souvenirs anymore, I just take photos, but yeah, it's a nice little touch to add a bit of colour to my otherwise quite bluey grey room. Okay, moving to my desk. My desk is where I spend a lot of my time, and I know people say that you shouldn't have your desk in your bedroom or you shouldn't work in your bedroom, but to me these are very different spaces. So when I turn around, I feel like I'm at work, and when I turn back around, I feel like I'm in my bedroom. And for me, that's fine, and I can separate those things, and that doesn't bother me at all. So on my desk, I have, well, to the side of it, I have my penny board, and I keep this out because it reminds me to use it. If I don't have it out, I'll forget about it, even though I absolutely love it, and I just won't use it, and it won't have any value to me. And next to that, I have my bag so that I'm always ready to go. On top of my desk, to the right, I have my little vlogging camera, which is the Canon G7X. And then I have my Wacom pen. If you don't know what Wacom is, it's like a kind of electronic drawing pad that I use, which I actually got when I was a storyboard producer because it's great for things like that. Now I use it for editing and video editing, photo editing, all of that kind of stuff. And then behind that I have a print that a friend gave me, which I haven't yet put up, so that's very lazy of me. But yeah, moving into the center of the desk, I have my Wacom, which I bought secondhand, and I have my computer behind it, which again I have had for about 4 years now and have no intention of upgrading because it's working perfectly fine. To the left, I have this funny kind of glass thing which serves no purpose other than to be pretty, and this was, my mum bought this for my birthday maybe 2 years ago now, and I think she bought it for me because she had no idea what to get me, because I basically said, don't buy me new clothes, don't buy me this, don't buy me that, don't buy me stuff in packaging. And so she thought, this is pretty, I'm gonna buy you this. And to be honest, I really like it. It's very simple, it's very minimal, and it goes with the kind of aesthetic of my room. Obviously I don't need any more, but it's just a nice kind of addition to have. And then next to that I have 3 boxes which all serve their purpose in terms of organizing my desk and keeping everything together. In one of them, I have just receipts and loose change and a card reader. I have lots of receipts, which unfortunately is wasteful, and it's because I'm self-employed, so being able to expense things, you have to have receipts, which I'm trying to work around at the moment, which is kind of annoying, but I'm gonna hopefully move to get a card for a bank account that only expenses come out of, but for now, unfortunately, that's kind of what I'm doing. In the second one, I have 2 card readers for like an SD card, and also my nail kit, which is literally just a nail file and a kind of cuticle thing, and that's literally all I have in that. And then in the longer box, I have all my stationery, you know, extra stuff that I've had for ages, my paintbrushes that I've had for probably about 10 years, which obviously I hate to get rid of things like that because I still use them, but I guess there's a bit of my kind of like, there's a bit of a shit show in here because I have pencils and pens that I probably should get rid of, but I just can't bear to throw them away quite yet. And then you've got stamps and other things like that. On top of it, I have this tiny little kind of bear, which is a present that my boyfriend bought me maybe 4 years ago now when he went to Canada. And yeah, I love it. It's just a little extra thing, but I purposely don't have too many surfaces so that I can't put lots of stuff down, and this prevents me from building up loads of rubbish that I just don't need. Under my desk to the left, I have a kind of green folder that again I've had for ages, and that just has all my important documents in, like bank details, you know, all of those kind of things, like important docs. And underneath it I have a box which I keep my kind of to-go camera stuff. So my spare lens, my microphone, my charger for my small camera, and a small tripod for my small camera as well, and then just my a few like journals that I use on a daily basis. And the last thing is under my bed. So under my bed I have all my kind of camera equipment that I don't need straight away, and then also stuff that I use for making DIY videos in terms of making stuff and kind of any stuff that I would make for myself, obviously, of course, my sewing kit, a tripod, and a little box with random stuff in it for traveling, and a little box for like my other camera wires and stuff like that. So you can tell I have a lot of camera stuff, and I try to keep it all organized, but sometimes it is quite difficult. So that's everything in my bedroom, and the last thing is outside of my bedroom is my chest of drawers. Now my chest of drawers are a little bit disorganized, I'm not gonna lie. I've tried to use those boxes to like at least put stuff in them, but top drawer I kind of just have, you know, underwear, sports stuff, any extra like dental or beauty or whatever stuff like that. And then second drawer is where the main like bulk of my clothes are, and then the bottom drawer kind of jumpers, and then any other books or bags that I am not currently using or I am using but they're not hung up, or etc. Yeah, I think that's about it. My shoes, me and my sister keep in a cupboard at the end of our hallway, and yeah, that's about it. That's everything that I have in my room. I try to be as minimalist as possible just to kind of keep everything tidy because I am a very messy person. If I have a surface, I will put something down on it, and I hate that, and I don't want to be doing that. Anyway, yeah, I think that's about it. Everything, I try to be as minimal and low waste by everything as possible. Unfortunately, a lot of the stuff in my room, like my desk and my wash basket and my drawer side table, is from IKEA, but I've had them for like 4 or 5 plus years, so you know, it's better to have stuff like that than to get rid of it because that's creating more waste. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed having a look around my very, very simple, basic room. I forgot to say about my prints up here. One of them is from the Totoro film, obviously. And then one is from Spirited Away. They're my favourite movies of Studio Ghibli, and you should watch them if you don't know what I'm talking about. They're not like normal anime. Like I don't love normal anime, but this is like a different, the stories are so rich and the music is so wonderful and I love them. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know kind of the things that you've had for ages. I'd be really interested to hear about that as well. And if you liked it, give it a like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, just one last thank you to my patrons on Patreon. I'm going to be uploading a video next week on behind the scenes of how I actually film all my videos. So if you're interested, go over there and check it out. But for now, I will see you guys very, very soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.